This February, history will be made. Millions will watch as 80 years of unjust stigma is left in the past. A product that drove good people to the black market will be revealed as one that's creating a new global market. This February, what inspired the symbol of counterculture will at long last be seen as just culture. The new normal is coming. Will you be one of the first to see it? Visit medmen.com to watch an exclusive preview.
Hey, what up, Wildcats? It's your boy Kev, coming at you like that girl with the pigtails in the movie Matilda whenever she gets hammer thrown by the Trunchbull. Anyways, we are a comedy podcast, but we do cover many serious events such as true crime and murders and mysteries and all that other fun stuff. But we do like to mix in some dark humor as well as some inappropriate jokes every now and then. So some people, they don't like to mix comedy and crime, and that's completely fine, completely understandable. So we just want to give you a heads up so you're not surprised by that. But already, I got to let you guys go now. I got to get back to my dance practice. There is a talent show coming up, and I am doing the dance intro from the show Blossom. So alrighty, thank you everyone for listening. Be good, stay safe, and laugh at the dark stuff. Hashtag Wildman.
All right, fellas, like we practiced.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
Come on down. Come on down. Hanging with the brothers tonight, yeah. Come on down to the brothers Commonplace tonight.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Brothers Commonplace, a comedy and crime podcast where we cover monsters, murders, mysteries, and more. But before we jump into today's topic of haunted amusement park, let's go ahead and meet these sexy boys.
Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? This is Tim, or Semisonic, as I was called after a one-night stand the other day, because she told me, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, Kev's mom was kind of a bitch that night.
Oh. Hey, that night?
What's up, guys? It is Siege Tank making a callback from way back.
Oh, yes.
Fuck yeah. That's right. We got brother CJ. If any of you have listened to our podcast about 4 years ago when no one did but us, he was on there.
He was the most attractive one out of all of us.
Still is. And it's your boy Kev, a.k.a. the Dirty Dog. And some of you may not know this. I don't usually bring this out because I don't like to brag. But I actually did get writing credits on the movie Mrs. Doubtfire. I didn't actually write any of it or anything like that. I was just an extra in the movie. And during between takes during one of the scenes, I was like, "Hey, Robin, you should throw that fruit." Not funny at all, but that was my idea.
That was the only idea that Kev gave him. Didn't give him any ideas about later in life at all.
Alrighty, submitted for the approval of the Brothers Commonplace.
Ooh.
I give you the tale of the Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. Listener request from the brother, honorary brother that is, of our very own Spence. But he is currently not here right now.
He's not.
So this one is for his brother Trig, who asked us to check out the scariest shit amusement park that is said to have been built on top of an American Indian burial ground. And possibly even cursed. Every time I say this place is cursed, I always think of, we mentioned it, I think it was last episode, Brad Pitt in Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, okay.
This place is cursed!
Okay.
That?
I thought you were going with that old guy that always says it's cursed in the beginning of Friday the 13th.
No, but that works also.
Yeah.
All right, before we talk about our honorary brother, was there anything you guys wanted to mention or talk about?
No, I don't think so. I'm kind of lost right now. You guys might have to catch me up. It's been a long time, so.
Well, there is one thing I do have to say to you, Siege. Radio Shack is out of business.
Never.
And we changed me and Tim used to be a little rap duo. You knew about that, but now we're white rappers. All right, moving on.
What was this going to?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
We do have an honorary brother to shout out to today. Rigo Navarro.
Ooh.
Navarra. I think it's Navarro.
I like it.
I'm not 100% positive. But he is a fan, and he's always super nice, and he says really kind words to us on our Instagram. And he all around seems like a super cool guy, and he makes music.
Ooh.
So add him on Instagram and Twitter and check him out and give him a listen. And also, He is the cousin to our dudes in the last Bandoleros.
What?
Yeah.
No, they're all musical people.
Yeah.
Then I like that.
They got the fucking music going through their veins.
They
so
do.
Give them all a listen and check them out.
And kiss them.
Oh, also give them all kisses, and when you do, whisper in their ears. This is from Kevin, Tim, and Siege.
Oh, they can't handle the siege.
No. But he also mentioned that he loves the Adam Sandler references, so keep them up. So fuck yeah, that's like 90% of what we say.
I wasn't gonna stop, man, but hey, thanks for the approval.
And also, I wanted to give another very special shout out to our brother Daniel in Australia. He made some T-shirts, and it has our logo on it. And on the back, he put #Wildman, and he sent us pictures of him and his daughter Sophie. And they're rocking out these shirts for us. So we post that on our Instagram. So check it out. And special thanks to Sophie and Daniel. That was super cool.
I screenshotted that and sent it to some people. I was so happy about it. So we love that.
Those are very sexy T-shirts.
They are. They are.
I sent the picture to my mom, and she doesn't listen to the podcast. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, that's cool. Who's the wild man? So Daniel, I'm pretty sure to my mom, you are now the wild man.
You were always the wild man, Daniel.
One time, my dad... He was like, let's your podcast. He don't know what a podcast is. But he's like, let's check that out. Can you show me where I can play that? And I was like, sure, Dad. I was like, here's the episode we did on O.J. Simpson. And he hit play. And as soon as he saw that it wasn't like 30 seconds long, he's like, oh, this is way too long. And he closed it. I was like,
When he first asked like where he could play it, I actually picked up the home phone.
he's like, so I just hear it through here. Alrighty, I hope all you listeners aren't afraid of a few ghosts, or goblins, or Mothman,
Ooh.
or Furbies, or the bad guy from Good Burger. You go in the grinder, Tim.
Oh, fuck that guy, man.
Speaking of grinder, my father is doing well. He loves that app, so he's been pretty busy on there. That's not true.
I thought you were going to say he's doing well after working at Mondo Burger.
Mondo Burger!
Since, blew up and all that.
Go in the fucking grinder, man. So I was going to tell a story about my house I was living in town and about some mutants. Do you guys want to hear that real quick? Or?
I mean, I definitely do.
Siege, do you want to hear that?
I guess so.
God damn it. See, you're our guest.
Oh, shit.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Siege. This was back when I was living in town, and me and an ex-girlfriend at the time, we just got a house together. It was in a pretty good area. It was right next to the hospital. And we heard from a lot of people that this house was haunted, and people would always be like, oh, you live there? That place is fucking haunted. And it always really bothered her whenever someone would say that. Like, it would actually bother her a lot. And there's this group of people that lived in town that I nicknamed the Mutants. And I know that's kind of mean and stuff, but I really don't know how to describe them any other way. Like, there's 5 of them, and they're all over 20, and they're all different shapes and different sizes, but they all have the exact same face. And it looks like someone filled up a bag of Mr. Potato Head ears and just fucking randomly dished them out to him, because none of their ears make any fucking sense. They're all different sizes and just weird. And all they do all day is walk back and forth from their home in Circle K, and they literally do that the entire day.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's Halloween, and me and the girlfriend at the time, we're handing out candy. We're all excited. We're like, oh, it's the first Halloween in our new house. And then all of a sudden, at the bottom of the hill, 2 of the mutants, they start making their way up. And from them to us, there's 20 houses, and they skip every single fucking house. We're like, okay, this is fucking weird. And then they get to our house, and they fucking beeline down our sidewalk to us. I was like, oh, Jesus. If you're fucking real, God, please strike these fucking mutants down. But no, he doesn't. And they walk up. There's 2 of them. And they just stand 7 feet away from us and just stare at us and look at the house and look back at us. And we're like, okay, this is fucking weird. They're adults. They're 20 to 30 years old.
Oh, my God, yes.
So we're handing out candy to kids and stuff. And then they walk up to us. And I thought, oh, shit, this is the end. They're going to fucking pull out, a spear they fashioned out of, chicken bones or something and fucking stab me in the throat. I don't know what's going on. And they walk up, and they're like, I see they finally sold this house. And we're like, yeah, we really like it. We bought it. We're trying to be, positive and, not let this ruin anything. We're like, yeah, we bought it. We fixed it up. We really like it. I heard that it's haunted. Like, oh, we don't really believe in that kind of stuff. And this is what they said. Well, I hope you like it. Trick or treat. And then they took like a handful of our candy each, and then they fucking left and walked past all the houses again and left.
Dude, the fucked up thing is that is like a beginning of a horror movie.
Isn't that scary as fuck?
Yeah.
That's all there is to the story, but...
Like, the rest of the movie would have been them coming back to murder you guys.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. They walked past 20 houses to get to us to tell us that, to take our candy and then leave. So we're the only house. Like, I understand, like, it's Halloween, it's their night. But you can't just, there's got to be some sort of rules against that. Alrighty, that was just the story I wanted to tell real quick. Siege, that was to get you guys into the haunted, just to get you feeling all right. Because we're going to be talking about the haunted Lake Shawnee Amusement Park.
For some reason, CJ has an erection now. In the table, where I'm having to hold the table down.
I know Siege does have an erection. I know that because now there's a fucking hole in the ceiling and there's rain coming in. All right. Anything before we move on?
Siege.
Nothing. What's going on? What's this story about the Shawnee?
Alrighty.
The Shawnee.
Let's talk. I'm sorry, Sean. The Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. This area has been explored by many paranormal investigators and featured on television shows like Discovery Channel's Ghost Lab, Travel Channel's The Most Terrifying Places in America, and ABC Family's The 10 Most Curious Places in the World.
And for some reason, Nickelodeon's Amanda show. It's kind of weird.
And Figure It Out. You know what my favorite thing about Figure It Out is? You can tell sometimes, like Danny and Lori Beth.
Fuck yeah,
sometimes they're like, fuck it, I am not letting this kid win. Yeah. And they'll be like, let me guess, you pour cereal in your fucking weird chest hole and your dog eats it. And they're like, that's right. So that was actually
fuck off, kid.
That was one kid's fucking... That's
it's
what
talent,
he did. That's not a talent. You're a mutant just like those other guys.
He got a fucking TV for it, so what are we going to TV for?
Know. I'm sorry. I'm angry today. I apologize.
Being a homosexual doesn't get you on TV anymore, so we're not getting on there.
We got to have a niche. CJ, what would be our niche, dude?
I'm just pissed right now that I'm even on this podcast.
All right, hey dude, when it's over, we'll give you the antidote. So just get through it. Just get through it.
That's why he's on here for the antidote. We pretty much did to him what the people did to all the actors to be on, like, was it movie 43?
Oh my God,
like
yes,
that?
yeah, that's basically what we did to Siege.
What's funny about that movie? No one showed up to the premiere but the guy that played Stifler.
Just Sean William Scott.
He's the only one that showed up, dude.
So he was alone in the theater, basically.
Oh, shit. So already, Lake Shawnee is an unincorporated community in Mercer County, West Virginia. And if you're like me, then you don't know what unincorporated means because you're a dummy boy. So I looked it up for y'all. And this is just copied from online. But it is a settlement that is not governed by its own local municipal corporation, but rather is administered as part of larger administrative divisions such as township, parish, borough, county, city, canton, state, province, or country.
What other podcasts did we mention Mercer County?
It was recently.
Yeah.
Because we made a joke about Matt Mercer.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah. That's kind of weird that we mentioned it more than once.
And there's a city by the name of Princeton that is super close. So a lot of times when they talk about this area, they mention Princeton, which is where Sam Elliott lived for a while.
Ooh.
So that's super cool.
That is awesome.
So we mention him a lot now.
Well, yeah, because you're your dad.
Yeah. So I like how my dad has just become like every serial killer with a mustache and Sam Elliott.
Yeah, it really. Yeah. Just any guy with a mustache basically is just your dad.
Dude, I remember in Tooth let me borrow Debbie Does Dallas like a long time ago, like back in high school.
Yeah, of course he did.
And I remember we were watching it, and there's one scene where they're all about to bang in a shower, and this one guy walks by the like the camera, like as close to the screen as you can get, walks by naked, and he like waves his finger like, "Come on, guys!" And he looks so much like my dad that I was like, I can't fucking watch this anymore, Tooth. That guy looks like my dad so much.
If we actually like put out a poll And we're like, hey guys, just tell us what our childhood was like. They would have just all put down that Toof let you borrow that movie, and we didn't even have to have that as like a multiple choice. They just would have known.
Dude, one time me and Toof, we rented, like, you know how you can rent movies like off the TV? We rented a porno off there that was called Hypersex.
Oh my god!
We're like, dude, this has got to be awesome. It's hypersex. They're going to be fucking at like fast speeds. We asked his mom if she could get that for us. She did. And I swear to God, it was slow motion porno. It was so weird and bad. Like, dude, do you just want to play Mario Kart? And we did. But we left that on one of the TVs.
Like how his mom probably paid for that. She wasted the money.
Alrighty, let's go all the way back in time to 1783 in Mercer County, which was still the home to a Native American tribe during this time. The first white settler or European settler in Mercer County was a man named Mitchell Clay, and he settled in and was living on the land at Clover Bottom, which would later be known as Shawnee Lake. Why the fuck would you change Clover Bottom to that? That's a sweet name.
I have no idea.
And this event would occur in August of 1783, and this is by Shirley Donnelly in the article The Massacre of Clay Children from the Beckley Post-Herald on September 5th, 1979. So a lot of this is just taken from that article, that's why I mentioned it, because it's going to be word for word.
Absolutely.
In the month of August, Mitchell Clay had harvested his crop of small grain, and wanting to get the benefit of the pasture for his cattle, he asked two of his sons, Bartley and Ezekiel, to build a fence around the stacks of grain. And it was at this time that Ezekiel, he saw something way up in the middle of the air. Damn, dude, I really thought that would get a chuckle. All right.
I don't even know what it is yet.
It's just that Ezekiel saw a wheel.
Oh, holy shit.
So,
man.
moving on.
That was deep.
Well, then if you didn't laugh at that, you're not going to laugh at this one, where I say, and also it was right around this time, around St. Patrick's Day, that Ezekiel reached over toward this girl and popped one of those warlocks out, but a rep for Ezekiel said it was all in good fun, so that's okay. That was just Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
But that was what his defense, like one of his dudes was like, his rep was like, it was all in good fun, so it's okay. But he still popped the girl's titty out on, but anyways, back to this.
Love it.
While Mitchell Clay was out hunting, the two sons were building fence pens around the grain stacks. The older daughter, with some of the younger girls, was down on the riverbank putting out the family washing. While this was in progress, a marauding body of 11 Indians crept up to the edge of the field and shot young Bartley Clay dead. So remember, this is word for word, like not my writing. So I believe they say like savages, and I wouldn't be surprised if the word Injuns in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, don't get offended, people.
when the girls heard the shot that killed their brother, they lit out for the house for safety. Their path to the house was directly by where Bartley had fallen. An Indian attempted to scalp the youth and at the same time capture the older girl, Tabitha Clay. She was trying to defend the body of her brother. In the struggle, the girl reached for the knife which hung on the Indian's belt. Missing the knife, the Indian literally cut her to pieces before killing her. Ezekiel Clay, about 16, was captured by another Indian. And about the time of the Indian attack, a man named Lincoln Blankenship called at the Clay cabin. The only other time I've heard the last name Blankenship was Kenny Blankenship from MXE.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So,
Oh, dude, it's so good too.
during this, never mind, it's not funny. I was going to say during this massacre, that music's playing.
Oh my God.
Anyways, when Mrs.
Gila
Clay...
douche.
Gila douche. Fuck yeah, get it on. When Mrs. Clay saw her daughter Tabitha in her death struggle, she begged Blankenship to go and shoot the savage and save her daughter's life. But Blankenship ran away from the scene and reported to settlers on New River that the Clay family had been murdered by the Indians.
Dude, now I know why Brodus always wanted to call his mama.
Oh, I forget what that is.
It's just Brodus Clay. It was an old shitty wrestling gimmick.
I probably haven't thought of that guy
Right.
since ever. Like, ever.
It's fine because I he doesn't deserve our airtime. Cut it out. Get it out of here.
And when the savages got the scalps of Bartley and Tabitha Clay, they left the area with Ezekiel Clay as their prisoner. Mrs. Clay took the bodies of Bartley and Tabitha to the house and laid them on the bed. She then took her small children and made her way through the woods to the home of James Bailey, 6 miles away. Meanwhile, Mitchell Clay retraced his steps homeward and discovered the scene of horror. Thinking all his family had been killed or captured, Mitchell Clay left his cabin and headed for the settlements on New River.
That's what sucks about like her like leaving and like him coming back, is he's obviously gonna think they're all dead, and it's not like they you know, they have like cell phones. Like, no, hey babe, you know, I'm over here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because like one of the sons was captured.
Yeah.
Some of them are killed, but then he's gonna think, oh shit.
yeah, maybe wait for him. Like that would have been my idea.
And a party of men under the leadership of Captain Matthew Farley went down by the river. No.
Oh yeah.
Went to the Clay cabin and buried the 2 Clay children. They then pursued the Indian party. They caught up with the Indians in present-day Boone County. Several of the Indians were killed. And Charles Clay, brother of the 2 murdered Clay children, killed one of the Indians. Ezekiel Clay, the captured, was hurried away by the Indians who escaped the Captain Matthew Farley party and was taken to their towns in Ohio. There he was burned at the stake, the third of Mitchell Clay's family to meet an untimely death at the hands of savages. So it is a little confusing reading all that, but what happened was that the men, they ended up following the Indians to Boone County. They killed a bunch of them, and then they realized that Ezekiel wasn't with that group. So then they went after the second group of Indians that was in Ohio, and just moments after arriving, they saw that Ezekiel had just been burned and killed at the stake. So it's just like one group killing the other, then the other one retaliates and kills them.
Yeah, now we just have more reason for them to change Chief Wahoo, so that sucks.
I know, dude. There's some Cleveland Indian jokes in here later.
Hey, man, can we cut all that part out where it happened in Ohio?
Look, is Chief Wahoo racist? Yes, it's super racist.
So the Redskins.
But you know what, man? I'd have no way to defend it. I just... Unless we can erase all history where we kill all the Indians and we're just shit to them, that's the only way we'll get it.
I want it back.
So let's now go ahead to the 1920s when a businessman by the name of Conley T. Snido, that's probably not pronounced right, purchases the land and the site of the Clay farm and decides that he wants to develop it into an amusement park. So
Okay, good idea.
that's cool. You should have seen what his idea was to do with the... Never mind, that was going to be so bad. It was going to be... Wow.
Might as well just tooth it.
It was just going to be what his idea was to do after he purchased the Columbine School. Hey, y'all like fun slides?
Isn't it still a school?
Yeah, it's still a school. But that was the first thing I was like, all right, because this is a site of a massacre.
Yeah.
And, like, it's turning into an amusement park. A complete opposite.
Yeah.
So, already. By 1926, the amusement park would be built right on the site of the Native American burial ground in Princeton. Conley, he has a swing constructed, a Ferris wheel, and even had a pond set up for people to swim in.
Ooh.
And there are a ton of abandoned pictures on the amusement park. It's super cool to look
they're
at.
really creepy, too.
Yeah, and that's the thing about this is it's hard to find a ton of information. Like, we'll mention a little bit of what we found and things like that, but you can find a shit ton of pictures and also videos
Oh, yeah, totally.
of people going through it at day and at night. And it's all just these abandoned rides. I mean, there's only like 3, but it's like a big Ferris wheel, that pond, there's the swings. And if you also like looking at super old stuff that serves no purpose, I'll put up a picture of my ex-girlfriend's grandmother, that fucking dinosaur.
The only purpose is they actually used her. I don't know why they used her, because they have pictures of these animals, but they used her to make Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Like,
So,
we haven't
We
really...
got something out of her.
I don't think we've told the stories of why I don't like my ex-girlfriend's grandmother. Like, we've made jokes about not liking her.
Yeah.
But, like, the last time that I saw her was at one of my friend's funerals last year. And I was being a gentleman, being a nice guy, and I hold the door for the group of people behind me, and it's her. And I hold the door for her, and her just old, cold, robotic, fucking fossil walking ass doesn't even acknowledge me.
Yeah, she actually ripped the fart as she walked past.
She's like, well, it's probably the guy with the door. Dude,
The only reason we know she did is fucking powder came out.
it looked like that scene in Austin Powers where he's pumping that shoe.
Dude, you mentioned that so many times.
But like, the worst thing about her is that everyone fucking loved her. Oh, I love Grandma.
Dude, I mean, I'm gonna say she wasn't a great lady. All right. That's too far.
Literally everyone loved her except me because she would make fun of me. Like she would like rip on me and make fun of me, and they would all laugh. Like, oh, Grandma, you're funny. That's not funny, you fucking clown. That's just.
Oh, it's saying he has a little pecker and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
I
Grandma,
get
back
that.
off.
I
she was
didn't
talking
like
about
her.
me then, but
I did not like her. I will carry a pie with me for the rest of my life, just on the off chance I get to pie this old fucking clown in the face.
Kev, I loved your grandma. I'm getting even more pissed over here listening to you talk crap about her. Oh my god. I miss you so much, Grandma.
Fuck. I'm not even done ranting either. Like, I used to be able to tolerate her because I'd be like, you know what? She lives 20 hours away. I don't have to see her on Christmas and Thanksgiving. Like, I can handle that. It's I can barely handle it, but I can. And then I get the news, hey, Kevin, guess what? She's moving to Ohio. She's moving closer. I'm like, oh, I have to act like, oh, cool, that's awesome. And then she's like, yeah, she's moving in with my aunt. And I was like, oh, my God, fuck. Like, thinking in my head, what fucking aunt is it? Please don't be the one that lives 3 houses down. Take one fucking guess what aunt it is. Oh, yeah, it's that one. Yeah. And she would come over every fucking day. She would get up before the sun did, and she would be just standing outside in, like, the garden and flower bed for some reason. And it'd be the first thing I'd see. So I'd be like, oh, great. I see she's over again, thinking of shit to tell me that I should do around the house. She'd be like, yeah, Kevin, you should probably power wash this garage. Like,
you do it yourself, you little bitch.
You can't even wash yourself, and you're going to talk to me about washing the fucking garage? Who are you to judge me? And the only good news that we got out of that is since she would come over every morning, just hang out in the flower bed, I told my girlfriend, I was like, well, at least we don't have to invest in a fucking scarecrow now because there's fucking no birds in the state anymore now that she's here. It's not even winter, but they must have fucking gone somewhere.
Yeah. Kev's only pissed because they were actually just reenacting the movie Wicker Man with him. And she was Sister Beach.
Dude, I don't know what it is. I swear to God, one time, she was just standing on our property, and I saw a kid riding a bike toward us. He jumped off the bike and ghost rided the bike. As soon as the bike hit our property and her grandma was standing on the property, the bike seized all motion.
Yeah, and then the kid fucking moonwalked away.
No, he's dead. No, okay, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Let's... I just don't. In case you didn't get the whole point of that, I don't like my ex-girlfriend's grandmother.
I hope somehow they hear this.
So this park, back to the amusement park. This is an episode on the park, not that old fucking bag of fucking bone dust.
The 10 minutes we just devoted to her.
So this park, it's built right on top of where that massacre took place, and that right away sounds like a pretty bad idea. Granted, Indian spirits and ghosts of slain kids aren't as bad as being haunted by Zebo the Clown, but it's up there.
Oh, fuck yeah. It's all right, though, because they still play games at Aiken Stadium, and the Indians massacred them one time at fucking 21-0.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, they still play there, so it's all right.
So, Indian spirits getting haunted by that is fucking really bad, especially if it is the spirit of Jose Mesa or Nick Swisher. Those are a couple of fucking clowns that didn't...
Yeah. We pretend those guys don't exist.
It was down to Nick Swisher or Michael Bourne, like who I was going to put in there. I was like, you know what? Even though he didn't pan out, I still kind of liked Bourne. I like Swisher, too, with the Bro-Ohio thing, but...
You also said Nick Swisher so people would know who the fuck you were talking about.
So, anyways, one of the rides there was a swing ride that was like the yo-yo, where it's like a big circle spinning thing with swings on it, but it's not as big and doesn't go as high as like the traditional yo-yos. Because this was back in... What, 26 we said it open?
Yeah, so probably seemed high then, but probably not very high.
Like, holy shit, it's so fucking high. And
my feet aren't touching the ground. Holy shit.
It's like, yeah, because we fucking mowed today. You're welcome. While the park was up and in operation, at least 2 children were killed. Although, according to the owners, the number was possibly up to 6 deaths.
Holy fucking shit! The owners admitted that.
So-
no, bullshit. No, whole bullshit.
Bullshit.
You saying 2 fuckers?
Yeah.
There's 6.
Here's the thing. I noticed in your newspaper you wrote 2 kids. We motherfuckers 6 died here.
Hang on a second. They hear a gunshot. 7.
But some of the owners have like either died or there's been new owners. I'm not honestly quite sure, but there has been different owners, and some have said that it's possible up to 6 deaths at the park.
Yeah.
And it was in the 1950s or the 1960s, according to some sources, when a young girl wearing a bright pink ruffled dress was swinging on the fun circle swing yo-yo ride. And that is unfortunately when a soda truck delivery driver accidentally backed the truck into the path of the circling swing ride, and the little girl crashed into it and was killed.
I'm sorry, little girl, but if it was Dr. Pepper, he was in the right.
Jesus. I was gonna say like
He was innocent.
it's bad, like that sucks that girl got killed. But to make it even worse, that soda better not have been like Pepsi Blue
or
something.
RC Cola or something.
Fucking Cherokee
There you go.
Red.
Yeah.
What if that was their? What if that was their revenge? It was a Cherokee
Dude,
Red.
they got him
truck.
back. They got him back. That's what it was.
Holy shit, they won.
Siege, what soda was it?
Fago, of course.
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
Dude, you
See-
didn't fucking even. You fit right back in, dude.
Siege just got it
I
down.
have to fill in for Tooth since he's not here.
He's filling in for Tooth and Andrew. CJ's got it down.
So yeah, that was the first death. The little girl swinging on that swing, and
No,
a
it's-
truck backed into her.
I mean, if she,
Eighth death, right?
I mean, if she hit a Dr. Pepper can, that was the worst part.
Jesus.
All right. I'm
However, guys, according to many witnesses and legends, that truck and her death were not enough to stop her from playing at the amusement park forever.
sorry. Ooh.
According to local legends, lore, and park visitors, as well as investigators, her spirit can sometimes be seen sitting on one of the wooden swings,
Ooh.
just waiting for the ride to circle around again.
I have to ask these people that have seen her, what kind of soda is she drinking? We need to know what kind of truck this was.
I don't know why, because this makes no sense, but I keep thinking of that scene at the beginning of Face Off where Nicolas Cage has that mustache
Yeah.
and he tries to shoot to shoot Sean Archer and kills his son.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picture like
it was at a merry-go-round.
yeah, it was a merry-go-round.
Yeah. So, I mean, I understand picturing that. By the way, if this little girl was drinking a Bubba Cola, I feel so bad for her.
Oh my god, that would suck. Her mouth. She's like, "Hey mom, the soda truck's here. They got Mountain Holler." And the truck driver backs. The truck driver like backs in. He's like, "Yeah, where do you want me to put the fucking Mountain Holler cases?"
So he was headed to Save a Lot.
Witnesses also describe hearing the chains of the swing swaying back and forth and rattling, even though there is no wind present. Not only do the swings move on their own, but many of the seats that are dangling on those chains, they give off a cold temperature.
Oh, damn. The wind would never do that.
That's right.
Yeah.
The very spot where that sweet little girl may have been killed gives off a cold breeze.
Oh, man.
And I figured this all out on my own, doing this little bit of research right here. But one may say you could even see your breath, it's so cold. And when you see your breath, you know that means that ghosts are around.
You know that means it's definitely not December.
My nips are as hard as a rock.
Oh, yes.
I can feel the cold.
Let me feel them.
So if you've ever seen The Sixth Sense, you know when you see your breath that that cold breath means there's fucking dead people and ghosts all around.
Yeah, unless it's Bruce Willis, and you gotta wait a little bit until find that part out.
Hey, what do we have? What's on the menu? The girl takes it away. He's like, well, you don't got to be a bitch. Let me show you where my dad keeps his gun. Boy turns around, back ahead, bowl of spaghetti.
All right, so we could check that off that we've mentioned that this podcast.
Yeah, there we go.
Was that 70 in a row?
One note real quick, and I just want to apologize to the ghosts and paranormal investigators of the world. Sometimes the cards are stacked against you in an unfair way, and I was watching a video on this park, and the investigator's name was Gaylord White.
Nice.
And that's just so fucking unfair and unbelievable. Like, not only will nobody take you serious because you're a paranormal investigator, but your fucking name is Gaylord White. So that sucks. That, like, doubly sucks.
Oh, yeah.
So
I changed it, though, so we're good now. But
And did we ever mention the kid who asked me to be a paranormal investigator?
We have. Yes, we have mentioned Ian.
Don't gotta tell that story.
We have mentioned Ian.
Hey, no thanks, dude. There was also another youngling that died at the park. This one was a boy that drowned in the swimming pond. There is a little bit of conflicting info, though, on this kid. One source states that his mother had left him to play for a bit, and his arm had gotten stuck in the drain of the pool, and then he drowned in the pool. But I don't remember them having a pool. I thought they just had like a swimming pond, and I don't know if a swimming pond would have a drain like that.
You wouldn't think so.
I don't know. According to some, there's actually 2 separate deaths, and they claim that there were 2 different boys that had drowned at the park. Some say that one drowned in a pool, some say one drowned in a pond, and some say those are actually 2 separate deaths. So maybe, possibly. And there are also some reports that a man can be seen standing or sitting in the cart on top of the Ferris wheel. Many mention and describe him as a silhouette of a man.
Ooh. Can it do?
You do the fandango, thunderbolt and lightning.
Very, very frightening.
All right, thanks, guys. But how could there be a man up there? The Ferris wheel is no longer operational. It no longer moves. It's rusted and covered with weeds. It would be impossible to get to the top.
Depends on what kind of weed.
So how could he be there unless he was a ghost? Mic drop.
All right. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Brothers Commonplace.
So I think that that might be a little bit of proof that there is a ghost. There was also a story about a lady who went into this little ticket booth thing, and she went through the door, closed the door behind her, and was screaming and yelling, "Get me out of this fucking thing!" Because she was trying to push on a pool door to get out. So that's a pretty good story also.
Was it the same lady at, what was it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
At Dollar General, I believe. Kev, do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, there was, it was this place called, I think it was Deals. There was this store called Deals, and I was sitting in my car with the windows down, just sitting there for a minute waiting, and this lady was walking down the building. It's just window after window, and she's walking with this little kid, and she's like, "Where's the door to this fucking dump?" It just yells that out loud.
The fucked up thing is the door's not that much hidden. It is kind of hard to find, but not to where like a human person couldn't find it.
Like she gave up so quickly. Yeah. Like she went past like 3 windows and yelled, "Where's the fucking door to this dump?"
Like if you ask a smart like chimpanzee to find it, he might have a little bit of trouble, but a human being should be able to find this door.
And there's also like a little bit of reports there may or may not be a ghost hot dog vendor. Haven't really seen a whole lot about that besides the words on a website saying there may or may not be a ghost hot dog vendor.
I would like that to be explained though. Like, do you get the hot dog and then it's just gone? Like, how's it work?
Hey, thanks for the hot dog. He smiles and fucking vanishes.
Like, does he take your money? And where are their condiments? Like, I need to know these things.
I hope it's like the bartender scene in The Shining, but it's just us trying to get hot dogs from this guy.
We're just going insane. All right, that I like better.
And while you are present on the ruins of the Native American land/amusement park, you may find yourself hearing the laughs of the children, the screams of the children, and sometimes even Native American chanting.
Ooh.
And like we mentioned, according to some sites, they do list a total of 6 people that have died at the park, mostly being children. However, I do now want to add that I really can't find a ton of information about them. Like, you see the same sentences and phrases posted on a lot of the websites.
Yeah, it really is.
Like about the girl or the boy that died. But you never really find any official reports on the others or even those ones.
Yeah, or even on the movie, the others. Like how much it sucked or anything. Like no one said anything.
Are you mad we are your children?
Hey, children. I have me a daughter.
She's like, where are the brothers? And we turn on, are you mad, lady? We are the brothers.
Oh, yes.
That's not funny.
No, I love that.
But yeah, so lots of the research online will talk about the deaths and then follow up with, well, according to this website, 6 people died. And you go to the website and it's just the same sentence that
according
was
to
listed
this,
on here.
6 people died, yeah.
And they also say, well, if you go to the website, visit westvirginia.com, they report this and this, saying there's this many deaths, but it's all the same sentences and phrases, like it was copied and pasted to all of them. And I haven't seen any official records, really. Like, you will also find a lot online, too, that later on there was an excavation that revealed 13 bodies that were found, mostly children, saying that these were all dug up on the burial ground. And the owner does say that at least 6 lives were taken at the park. So maybe there is some truth to that. I don't know. I don't think Gaylord would lie to me. Like, I mean, not now, not ever.
Yeah, I don't think so. I do want to know about the hot dog vendor, though.
So I don't know if all those deaths were real. Like, I'm sure there was stuff that happened. Like, I believe the girl probably died and there probably was a boy that drowned. Like, that's not too far out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know where all these other reports
like
are coming
4
from.
kids, yeah.
Just real quick, do you think the deaths were real by chance and coincidence, or do you think there actually is a curse on that land?
I think that, like you said, I think the first 2, so with the Bubba Cola and we're just going to say it's Bubba Cola.
You go out there at night, you're like, did I just hear, I think I might have just heard a child yell or an Indian drum. Let's listen. And then you just hear a fucking can of Bubba Cola open up.
Well, see, if it was Bubba Cola, though, I'd walk out and I would listen for a can not opening and somebody throwing the can away.
You hear a fucking can of Bubba Cola loaded into a potato gun and launched off the property.
So I do think the soda accident is what we're gonna call it now, and the drowning they're probably stuff that happened. I'm not really sure about the other 4. Maybe something happened. You know, who knows?
Yeah, there's just no information on that at all. It's just numbers.
I couldn't find anything.
I think the initial story were the family. What was the family's name again?
Clay?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Clay group and how they were killed by Indians. I can definitely see that occurring, but I kind of think these 6 deaths kind of arose from that background maybe, and I don't know. I just can't see them dying from soda, or the.
I mean, yeah, nobody ever has.
I mean, I was hit by a car and I lived.
Yeah. Kevin's was RC.
It was also an RC car, so really just stubbed
yeah.
my toe, honestly. And I wasn't a kid. I was like 26.
Can we say you deserved it? Yes, we can.
And also, do you believe there's actually such thing as Native American curses?
I think I have to say yes to back up my first point.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I know Tim believes in Indian curses, because if there wasn't, then how could you explain the fact that it's been, when's the last time
1948.
1948.
Yeah, I was that's where I was going. So you had me before I even talked. Yes, you.
Last time the Indians won the World Series.
So yes, I do believe in curses on Indians, but do I believe that Indians cause curses on other people? No, I did not.
Now, this next part, it would probably really, really excite Andrew. So if you're listening, Andrew, I just make sure that there's no children around, because you're about to get pretty hard. So they do haunted tours and things like that in October here at the amusement park, and they host a, quote, dark carnival night. And Tim, if you are down to go to this Juggalo Dark Carnival night, just let me know. I'll dig out the Faygo, my Jinkos, my face paint, and also my report card that has all D's on it. Just in case you want to be a Juggalo one last time.
We're not getting in if they see anything higher than a D, bro.
Like, what the fuck is that? So I do feel for Juggalos, because all the Juggalos out there will never know what it's like to be able to take your report card to Chuck E. Cheese and get free tokens. Sorry, man. You gotta have A's, dude.
Yeah. Not AIDS. You guys probably all have that, but
oh, come on. Take that back. That's not true. I was a Juggalo for a good.
Only 40% of you guys have that, but
most of the brothers in this podcast were Juggalos.
Hey, stop using the same hatchets on each other, then you wouldn't catch some diseases.
I'm always down the clown.
Oh, fuck yes.
The siege.
Fuck yes.
Coming out of left.
So now we're going to talk about the actual park. It was closed and has been abandoned since 1966.
Sounds like my mom. That was mean.
And you will find online that lots of different numbers in regards to the deaths and body count. But according to roadtrippers.com, they said that an archaeological dig back in 1988 revealed the 13 bodies, and that they also believe that as many as 3,000 Native Americans were buried on the property. But like I said, I don't have any official reports, and I can't find official word on it.
I wouldn't trust a website ran by DJ Qualls.
Is that the new guy?
Just road trip, because he was on a road trip.
Oh, okay. Oh, fuck yeah. Daddy. It's her underwear. She gave them to me.
Did you just say the word boinked?
But dude, I can understand that. Like, going from 13 to 3,000. Like, hey, how many times did you get laid? You're really 13? Somewhere around 3,000. So Gaylord, he did say in regards to this dig, they did find some artifacts, and he had a little bit more to say about it. So here's a quote from our buddy Gaylord. They stopped digging when they started finding kids' graves. He said, adding, the experts say they believe there are about 3,000 bodies buried there. The only thing they can figure out happened was they got some kind of flu or something, and to protect the rest of their tribe, everyone except for the kids and the elderly left. It's sad, but Marshall thinks that's what wiped out the Shawnee tribe back in the 1700s.
Wow.
But I don't know. That's like a huge jump. We don't really have a ton of proof besides like what you've heard said.
Yeah.
One of the guys, I don't know if it was Gaylord or a different owner, did bring out pictures in one of the videos of an actual Indian skeleton that was said to be found there.
I remember seeing that, yeah.
I assume that's real. I mean, I
who
don't
knows?
know.
Who knows? There's not a lot of like stuff that seems really proven with this one.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the information you're going to find in this case, it's all like a paragraph long, and it's all the same exact information, almost the same word for word. But you'll find a shit ton of pictures that are super cool, and you find some cool videos.
It just seems like a lot of hearsay with a lot of stuff, but it's all really cool.
Also, I wanted to mention, in 2005, while filming the popular ABC show Scariest Places on Earth, the entire crew, including one psychic, refused to set foot on the grounds at night, saying that the, quote, spiritual energy was too strong, and claiming to have heard drums and chanting, which I know Chris Angel Mind Freak wasn't there, because he would have fucking gone in there. He wouldn't have been scared.
But see, all I could say is the Scariest Place on Earth had the as the narrator, they had the little person from Poltergeist, the girl. She was the one that narrated. And,
that's scary as fuck.
Yeah, it really is. But I heard that she was really trying to get a hot dog that day, and shit did not go fucking right, and they just wouldn't go back out there. We don't know what happened, but
that girl's voice is scary as fuck.
It really is.
And if you happen to catch that episode of ABC's Scariest Places on Earth, it is a 2-part episode. And the second part of that episode, they just go to Tim's house on Thanksgiving. Because his mom cooked the food. I'm sorry. That was immature.
It's all right, dude. You got me back from earlier.
But yeah, so that's pretty much everything we have on the. Do you have it? You guys have any information or know anything else on this?
Dude, you knew. Just there really is nothing else. Like you can't find anything.
All the information you can find on this is all like, I went there and I heard this or I saw this. It's hard to find any real official reports and stuff.
There's a couple fun stories, you know, like that people have said and stuff. Like I remember seeing one about like people saying they saw the kids or whatever. But like it's a fun story, but it's not. You can't look at that as like a fact or anything.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely sounds like a lot of hearsay, and it was fun for me to tag along because I hadn't done as much research as you guys did before you presented it. But I'm kind of curious, like, what is the park today?
It's just abandoned.
It's just abandoned.
Yeah,
so they're just doing tours today throughout the park. Yeah,
they do tours on like Halloween and stuff, and they just have the swing, they have the Ferris wheel, and that's pretty much it. I read this one article where supposedly they were trying to reopen it, and the swing, I don't remember exactly, but the guy like tried to replace the swing and brought in one that was like the actual original swing that was there beforehand. Yeah. Which just sounds like made up.
No, you didn't.
It's like, oh, I found the exact same one that used to be there before it was replaced.
Yeah, so. How hard would that... That would be so fucking hard to find. There's no way. But, no, it's an awesome story. I love the idea. Like, I think it's an awesome story. There's just nothing concrete besides, like, the early stuff. Like, it's all basically... I was there, this happened, which is really cool, and I definitely like recommend people looking it up because like there are some great stories, but there is no proof on anything happening.
So we do have some good news and a bit of surprise. Brother Spence was able to actually come by, so he's gonna give us a little bit of words of wisdom and hit us with a subreddit of the week.
I just swung on by on my journey across America to check out all the diners, drive-ins, and dives. Because I am Spence Fieri. Today's subreddit of the week is R Moon Moon.
Oh,
Do you know what moons are? Moons is a name for Siberian Huskies being goofy. And it's just a whole subreddit of funny clips of Huskies doing really funny shit. Yeah. So check out our moon.
I thought it was going to be moon pies. This is better.
I thought the exact same thing. I was pretty excited about it.
Those are good too. All right, you brother tarts. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We always appreciate you checking us out. And what we would also appreciate is if you would support the podcast. And the way you can do that is by checking us out on social media. We're on Facebook and Twitter. Leave us some feedback. Tell us what you thought. Give us some suggestions. You can also send us an email. That is brotherscommonplace@gmail.com. And while you're checking us out and leaving us feedback, please leave us a rating and a review. 5 stars if you can, just a little 5-star action. And leave us a note that you did that, and you will become an honorary brother.
And special thank you to everyone out there who has already left us a 5-star review. And if you want to be an honorary brother, just leave us a 5-star review. We'll read it and give you a shout out. And if you're in a podcast yourself, make sure you mention the podcast that you're in, and we will subscribe to you, give you a 5-star review right back.
We got that one really good request. We haven't gotten one since, but me and Toof did do the request that we were supposed to do. So me and you guys to step it up. So I'm gonna.
Real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. I love when you insult them when you do this. It's always like you gave this one that was really nice one time. You're like, unless you don't give us a 5-star review, then fuck you.
I'm just gonna throw this one out there. This is one of the best scenes, in movies ever. I will do this on my own. I will kind of need at least backup music or backup like people talking, but I will replay the dream that Lloyd Christmas has in that car, the whole one, if you guys request it.
Yeah, if you want my I'll just bend over, my ass can be the chef.
So yeah, request Lloyd Christmas dream. I'll do it. But we need a 5-star review. If you don't give us one, then you guys can go fuck yourselves.
Alrighty, last but not least, I want to hear some words of wisdom from our beautiful, beautiful boy, our brother sexy boy, Siege over here.
A wise man once told me that when you haven't been on a podcast for probably 4 years, you're just showing up, you don't know what's going on. You need to make your input be like a short skirt. It's got to be short enough to cover the goods, but long enough to be interesting.
Hell yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah, CJ's not used to the word short. He's definitely used the word long. I'll tell you that.
Fuck yeah. Alrighty, thank you everyone for listening. Be good.
Stay safe.
Be sexy.
Laugh at the dark stuff. I was laughing. Let's do it again. And laugh at the dark stuff. #wildman.
#wildman. #wildwoman. #thankyoumark.
Cheese sticks.
#hotdog. #RC Cola.
Oh.
#Godzilla 2019.
Yes.
Ooh, like it.
How does a donkey eat a sandwich? He puts cereal on it.
There are many true crime podcasts available, each offering a different perspective to the genre.
Each with their own niche that pulls the listener in by tugging at their heartstrings or their funny bone in one way or another.
What we aim to do with Status Pending is make you think. We want you to feel as though you're connected to the case. We want you to feel something.
The cases we're going to cover have discrepancies of some sort, and may or may not be well known.
They are either unsolved, prematurely closed, or open without any solid leads.
We want to get these stories out to the public, for the family and for the victims.
Join us every month for a different case, which will be a different chapter in our podcast, as we take a 3-part look into the facts.
We'll have interviews, expert opinions, and more. And we'll also be looking for suggestions from you for cases to take on as we move forward.
You can email us at statuspendingpodcast@gmail.com.
And you can subscribe to Status Pending wherever you listen to podcasts.
Napa know how. Love Your Car Month at Napa. And to show your car the love, get a Napa bucket for $2.99 and save 20% on almost everything you can fit inside, like car wash, car wax, and tire shine. So save some cash and look good doing it by getting 20% off with the Napa bucket. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa Know-How.
Napa Know-How.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores, exclusions apply. Minimum 3 items may not be combined with other offers. Offer ends 4/30/19.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. I just had a new idea for our song about the Name Your Price tool. So when it's like, tell us what you want to pay, hey, 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 and the trombone goes, blah, 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 and you say, we'll help you find coverage options to fit your budget. Then we just all do finger snaps while a choir goes, statements coming at ya, statements coming at ya. Yes? No? Maybe? Anyway, see you at practice tonight. I got new lyrics for the rap break.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.